All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. The Chicago Bulls made it official earlier this week when they announced that point guard Lonzo Ball would miss the rest of this season as he continues to experience discomfort during basketball activities. Ball has not appeared in a game for the Bulls since January of 2022. And Chicago is 46 and 56 without him, as they are missing a key piece of their top trio. As it was supposed to be Ball along with DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine on the wings. Now, Ball has undergone two surgeries on his left knee since January of 2022. And it's getting to that point, unfortunately, that you have to wonder whether or not that Ball will ever be able to get back to being the player that he was when he was taken second overall by the Los Angeles Lakers back in 2017. Now, in parts of five NBA seasons, Ball has averaged just under 12 points, a little bit more than six assists, and nearly six rebounds. But unfortunately, for his sake, he has never been able to appear in at least 65 games in any of his NBA seasons. Now, at 6'6", Ball has tremendous ability as a point guard to be a floor general, but he is rapidly barreling into a territory that would categorize him as what could have been. And I say this because, he's in his mid 20s right now, but unfortunately, knees don't get better the older you get, especially if you already have issues with them. And if Ball is at the point right now where he's currently having issues just getting through basketball activities pain free, then you have to ask yourself, how is he going to be able to hold up physically to the rigors to play through an entire 82 game NBA season? And, you think about just a few guys, most recently, Brandon Roy and Greg Oden. And obviously, there are so many others that their basketball dreams ended prematurely due to having bad knees, and you just hope that this is not the case for Lonzo Ball, because you look at him from when he first came into the NBA with the Lakers until his fourth year, which was his second year with the New Orleans Pelicans. He was starting to get it going, and he was starting to really show flashes, being more of a scorer and still having that ability to create and facilitate. And you figure at 6'6", his passing skills are something that you could not overlook or underestimate, because he had it and he still does. It's just a matter of, will he be able to stay healthy? That is the big if right now. And if you're the Bulls, obviously, Lonzo Ball is under contract with you for one more year, and then he has a player option for the following year. So short term, it does hurt Chicago because, they invested so much into it being about him, DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. And if you go back and watch the Bulls last season when they did have a healthy Lonzo Ball, this team was top five in the East. And you're talking about him being able to create for Zach LaVine as well as DeMar DeRozan. And you know what? The Bulls were going to be a very formidable team come playoff time. I really would have loved to have seen the Bulls, especially the Bulls last year, as far as how they were going to look in the playoffs, because they had that look of a team that could make a run and do some damage in the Eastern Conference playoffs. But nonetheless, it's a scenario where, the Bulls have to figure out, a plan B. We saw them on the short term, bring in a guy like Patrick Beverly. Obviously, Pat Bev is not the long term answer in the Bulls backcourt. Would they want to go out there and draft a player this summer in the draft? Would they want to do something via trade or free agency? We got to wait and see. But nonetheless, if you're the Bulls, you can't just sit back and say, well, we're going to get the services of Lonzo Ball, because at this point, if he's unable to, to sustain himself during basketball activities, what's it going to be like when he's in a game situation? And it's just unfortunate. You hope that this young man can, get healthy, because again, you've seen the potential of what he can do at this level. And if Lonzo is able to get healthy, you know what? The sky is the limit for him. But unfortunately, it's still the reality of a knee injury at the pro level, especially in the NBA. Not surprised that this happened. And hopefully, if you're Lonzo Ball and the Bulls, he can get healthy and come back for next season. But nonetheless, at this point, for both Lonzo and the Bulls, unfortunately, it is what it is. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. Now you can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. I am signing off. I'm saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.